Right, Gareth. What are we beside now?
The most underrated, unloved, unjustifiably so tractor in our fleet.
I would probably agree with you there. She's the one that gets overlooked the whole time.
She is an absolute weapon.
Yeah.
This is the rod. I'm a green man through and through. This is the rod. And this tractor blows my perception of how you do business, how you deal, and all the rest of it. This came from Cambridge Auction. We're all told, watch it, be careful. We weren't in a position to go at the time, and it was a case of, it looks good, we'll try it. We bought it, came home, it started then, and it has started ever since. And literally for the DVD that it was bought for to go alongside the 4755, this baby here, got 2 battery terminals, that was it. Absolutely zero love. I got a young local fella, Davy Law, designed the wee front bit, and we got some weights added on to her just to help get her down and give her a wee bit of a look. But like, you know, this is, I suppose it's 30 years old now, or very nearly 30 years old. She's 1990, I think, or 91. 8.3 litre Cummins diesel engine. Like, come on.
Aye, that says enough in itself.
The most modern tractor of its era, in my opinion. The cab, it's the one that's shaped modern. It actually has functions that bring you in mind of a modern tractor. Now, there's a lot of Case fans out there, and my Case knowledge is limited, but you take the step from the 1455, your Case International. This was some improvement. Going from a tractor that you wouldn't want to spend any time in, self-admittedly yourself, Gary, you'd happily lay back in that tractor and do a day's work out in the field. She's long wheelbase, she's comfortable, she has no forms of suspension. Her gears, you know, 18 speed power shift. I think you can go up to 24 if you have the creeper gears. It's as simple as spool valves, your remotes, all where you want them to be.
It's that kind of sidewinder setup on her.
And, you know, only one gripe I have coming from being tall and big is I'd like to see the cab a bit, not wider, longer. I'd like my seat back another few inches. I feel like I can't just get comfortable. But then she's back to that era of a tractor where clutch really isn't something you need to use. You know, we grew up operating and driving using clutches and stuff, and these big tractors were really never designed for that. I mean, you know, you can start this tractor and head off without even foot on the clutch.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not really required. You talked about the Case, the 1455, winning an award for being the dyno killer. Well, equally so is she. I think it's the Bosch injector pump on her, the way she's governed. She controls how the power goes down through, and she shakes, literally would shake the dyno to bits. The dynos don't like this tractor.
No, they don't, no.
With how she's governed, and she's all there. She's putting out about that 200, slightly over it, way back when we did 2 days as a donkey. We kind of parked her up and forgot about her and thought we could pull her out one day and warm her up and give her another wee run in the dyno, and she had lost a lot of power. But we believe modern diesel sitting about in these old tractors isn't a great thing, so good. We cleaned her out, set a new filters on, and literally transformed her again by getting her on the fresh diesel. And she is going to be a future project. There's a lot of love for this tractor personally. It's just the 1455 on the Case front stole the show, but I think that's unjustified. I think this is a show-stopping tractor as well. It just needs a little bit more love. It's nice to drive. It's easy to drive. You know, everything works in the tractor. The pickup hitch is maybe slightly worn. not within strength because it's a straightforward up and down system, but the hook's well worn. But we things like that we'd like to look at. But if we were going to restore that tractor, as she sits and as she came to us, it's a service and it's red paint.
Aye. Yeah.
That tractor, unlike the 47, which I hate to say, unlike the 36, and doesn't need any mechanical work done to it, to the best of my knowledge. So yeah, watch this space. We will get there. That's a promise. She's worthy of it, and it was a bit of a case issue. You look at the side of her, the old red just.
It's the fiberglass. It sucks the paint.
Just disappears on you.
Yeah.
And but she will be loved again. I'm ashamed a little bit because it's been our tractor since the start, and it's been truly loved, and we've let it go for our love of other ones. And I'm a wee bit annoyed at that, but I do intend to change that, but not just yet.
What would you like to see her out doing once she's sitting pretty?
Square baler. Big, square
Heston.
baler. Beside the 4755, beside the Genesis, and beside the Big Massey. 4 big square balers in straw, and just, I want to drive this, by the way.
Go and make bricks.
I want to make golden bricks, flat out. That's on my bucket list.
Cool.
And I'm telling anybody here now, she's the contender.
Yeah, she will be.
She's not up in horsepower. We have set up the 47. The 47 is ahead in horsepower now, but when we get round to it, we don't have to do anything mechanically to this tractor, but we probably will try a new type radiator in her, just to see if it's given us that little bit of extra cooling capacity and if we can push that engine a bit more. The pushing the engine's not a problem. The guys that have been on with me, and look, there maybe guys can reach out and tell us and help us here, because I want to get that up to that 240, 250 horsepower, to bring her where the other ones. And that's going to be, but she will come back as a completely weapon. We will probably give her a tyre change. Nothing wrong with these tyres, but Johnny Blakely doesn't like the front ones. He says they're too skinny. And he says it every single time I mention this tractor. Have you tyres ordered for her yet? Well, if she comes here, she's not going back out with those on her. So we'll have a wee trend there. The set of tyres that's on the 4755 is something I'd like to see going on these bigger old school tractors we're bringing into our fleet. I'd love to get them on the same shoes if possible. And I think any of you will work out what the plan is there. I think we'll have to have a bit of fun and get the old girls out again.
From watching her work, what she's done, what's your favourite memory of her working?
I think she was the first tractor to trigger the slip clutch on Gareth's new wagon at the time. He had it set up for his own 155 Puma, and he had his own 155 Puma tuned, and he had never triggered the slip clutch at that stage. Now, we have certainly since then, because we've been adding more and more power, and I suppose the wagon's a little bit older, so watching Mikey with that on the wagon is probably up there for me. But the fact that she did that and we were told that's never actually happened in my 155 Puma, you're like, On the JF, no, she was just a complete animal in the JF. I tried her out in the JF before to make sure all was working before filming, and I knew that day that my dear didn't stand a chance. So, but I can't admit that as one of my favourite moments, because it actually was one of my worst moments. But I can't deny, I remember trying it out at my cousin's, and I think we have some footage of that. That
was a double-edged sword for you that day.
That was the double-edged sword, because I have a wee thing for these, and she just burst at it. But genuinely watching Mikey late into that evening, the night when we were sort of left alone, we weren't filming too much, and Mikey was just pumping away with a wagon. It was poetry in motion.
Yeah, she was making stuff happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
She was the only thing making
Yeah,
stuff
no,
happen.
that's a good job she was there.
And the other worst moment, it's a bittersweet. Worst moment was probably the realization that she was a complete and utter animal. But that's very selfish. But then, look, that's the inbuilt thing. You know, we were doing those challenges. They were real life. Nobody wanted to lose, and we knew Mikey was going to be the guy to beat, and Mikey's Magnum. When she broke down at the buck raking, it's hard to blame her for that. But I think it was a wee bit disappointing that she broke off the wee stabilizer arm block so early, because I reckon she would have been a bit of a machine. At it. Visibility out of her for pulling like a trailed harvester is just woeful. They've this big back aircon thing that sets out, and it's common enough through all that sort of case range, and you can see nothing. No, and when you're a bigger person, tall, like nothing, you're like, you can't see the chute or spout or whatever you want to call it. But she wasn't designed for that.
No, you're designed to look down out the back window.
You're designed to look down out the back window and just put her forward and just feed gears, just bump, 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 and that's just exactly what it sounds like. There's no boom, it's bump, 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 and she just goes. Sounds beautiful, runs beautiful.
Well, that's the Magnum.
Plus, it's a cool name. Magnum. You know what I mean?
Magnums hunt deers.
Magnums hunt deers. Well, Magnums kill deers.
They just don't hunt them.
They should have called the weir one a colt. Keith, what were you thinking?